Well, howdy there, Internet students. Mr. Hermanson again. Today we're going to do part 2 of the 6.3C lesson. We're going to actually start on page 20, right here, page 21. Okay. First thing we're going to do today is to learn how to find the range values for a given domain for a function. Okay. So here's how it works. I'll do a problem, then I'll let you try one. But basically, remember that, and you can just set up a table if you want, that X is your input and Y is your output. X is your domain, Y is your range. So we're using this function right here where we multiply 3 times the input X and then subtract 2 to get Y, or the output. And what we're going to do is use these 4 values for the domain. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 for X. So I'm going to put 1 in for X. So I'm going to do 3 times 1 and then subtract 2, and that equals 1, which is your range value. So the answer is your range value. Then I'm going to do 3 times 2 minus 2, and that's 4. 3 times 3 minus 2, and that is 7. And you can probably see the pattern. We're going up by 3 every time, right? So the next one will be 10. So, so the correct answer is D, 1, 4, 7, 10, to find the outputs. Now, on your calculator, you could do this fairly quickly. I'll just show you that quick. You could press your Y equals, put in the function rule as long as it's given in terms of X. So 3X minus 2. Oops, forgot the X there. 3X minus 2. And then remember, there's a table function you can use. To get there, you press the blue button first, second, and then graph. And then just look for the inputs you want. We wanted the inputs 1, 2, 3, and 4. And there they are on the screen right now, starting at 1. And notice the output is 1, 4, 7, and 10. So that's another way you could do that. All right, go ahead. You try the next one. See if you can find the outputs for the given inputs, or the range value. Remember that the domain is the set of input values, the range is the set of output values. So when you're given these 4 numbers as the domain, that means they're your inputs. So I'll get you started on this one. To find g of 1, you're going to take the rule, which is 4 times x minus 12, and you're going to replace the x with a 1, and then just simplify that. Or remember, you could also just put this function in your calculator and get the answer, but I get -8 for that. Go ahead and do the rest. All right, here are the values I got for that. Check your work with mine if you didn't get those answers. Now remember that we can use the vertical line test to tell if a function is, if it's a function or not. So if a perfectly straight vertical line touches the graph at any place on the graph in more than one spot, like right here, notice that we're hitting it 3 different places. That means there's 3 outputs for this input of 3. So go ahead and think about that while you fill in the answers to the question here. All right, here's what I'm thinking for that. All right, I'm going to just go, you're going to do the homework problems on page 23 today. But down here, I just want to explain what this is saying right here. What this is saying is you're adding the output of the f function when x is 3 to the g function when x is 4. So what I would do is take my x function, which is 2 times x, and put 3 in there. And then take my g function, which is x squared plus 1, and put 4 in for x. So do 4 squared plus 1, and add the 2 together. Okay, so think about that as you're doing the rest of these problems. So if you did this one right, you would get 6 plus 17 is 23. All right. Good luck with that. If you have any questions, message me. Other than that, we'll see you soon.